Hi everyone, I am Apollonia Ponti, your dating and relationship coach, founder of ApolloniaPonti.com. And in today's video, we are going to talk about something so vital to every man that is trying to master his attraction skills, even if you're single, dating, or in a relationship. And that is the abundance mentality. How to have that, and also what it means when you do and why women love this. The most important thing to think about when you think about an abundance mentality is the source of someone completely knowing who they are and stands in confidence and in their beliefs, values, and insecurities. Abundance mentality does not mean that this is something that can be faked. It's something that needs to be understood and then delivered. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly the skill you need to tweak or build in your life moving forward so you can have the abundance mentality. When it comes to dating, you might hear a lot of advice around the abundance mentality. This is needed in order to be successful when dating or scoring with women. Let me explain why a woman likes a man with an abundance mentality before I tell you how to get it or enhance it, okay? To a woman, it shows us that you are emotionally stable, and we start to see you as someone we can desire because you have emotional standards for yourself. You are driven within your own desire and happiness. You know that metaphor, like attracts like. Well, this is so true when it comes to this as well. People naturally gravitate to positivity and happiness. Think of someone who motivates you in your life, or someone you look up to that has accomplished great things. What do they have that makes you attracted to them? They have drive, probably, perspective, probably, confidence, self-worth, authenticity, and most likely they are on their journey and they don't let others affect them. This is the abundance mentality. As women, the reason why we gravitate towards this is that this is a huge part of masculine energy, guys. Something the feminine is subconsciously and consciously attracted to. We look for a man that can protect us, and that's not by the physical aspects only. Someone that we know will be a challenge and that we know is worthy. I always make analogies to better explain things like this. So let's think about a Honda CRV. It's a reliable car and it gets from place to place. But now let's think about your favorite car. Mine, for example, is a Porsche. This is luxurious. It has so many elements to this car that makes it fantastic, but also took time to build, isn't like any other car out there. It feels amazing. It looks expensive as well, and it feels expensive as well. Also, it's more rewarding to receive it if you can, because you know the trials and accomplishments you've achieved to get this, or you had to achieve, I should say, to even get this, right? This is human psychology, people. This comes down to women and men, AKA attraction. What we tend to forget is that love, mindset, and happiness requires work. There's so many people in life that think they're entitled to get this. But why? Because you were born? So you're entitled just to get women in love? Heck no. This is something we have to learn as well. This might sound kind of harsh, but it's realistic to everyone. Everything requires work to have, upkeep, or maintain. Everything. So if you are sitting here thinking women are too much work, this just means two things, guys. Either you're lazy and haven't really worked on understanding relationships, love, happiness, and attraction. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart with all kindness for you to receive this. Number two is you don't have an abundance mentality. So women want a man, and the same for the men that are watching this. You want a woman that is different from the rest, right? So it's time to be different in your authentic way of understanding how to have an abundance mentality and stop making excuses on why you shouldn't be that guy. Women are capable of respecting a man, but you have to respect yourself first and then her. A lot of men I've coached have had issues with their scarcity mindset. With that said, if you want to get better at dating, you have to do more than just learn skill set techniques. You must get better at understanding who you are and do the real work of looking deeper within you. Techniques and skills can most definitely help, but this is surface responses and helps you address surface issues, not core issues or core responses that can be inherited in you. Honestly, I believe that a lot of long-term dating problems have stemmed from technique-driven dating advice. Do I think this helps? Yes, but long-term wise, no. It opens up the door. The psychology behind this is called inner game, which in the community, this is what the community I think has called it. This is self-esteem and attitude, something no one else can maintain but you. Your standards and beliefs affect more than you realize within you and other people. Your views on life will literally map out your direction. The way you see your life, the world, and other people will be the filter for everything else in your life. So either you can have more negative and restrictive views, and then the more people you interact with will have more negative and restrictive views and encounters. But the more self-limiting beliefs you have around the world and people, the harder of a time you'll have dating. This is what I call the victim mentality. When you are in the scarcity mindset, you see yourself as the victim always in your life. And this comes down to your language as well. The idea of abundance mindset is you are the player and you will choose what you want your next move to be without attracting someone else's actions to your outcomes, guys. Remember, people in life don't do things to you, you let them. So self-limiting beliefs locks you into place and keeps you from being able to progress. Adopting positive beliefs helps liberate you and empower you to pursue your goals in ways you never even thought were possible. So let's talk about the most important ways in which you can apply and adopt an abundance mentality today. And before we do so, we're going to also talk about the 4 tips of the scarcity mindset and why this might be happening to you. So number 1 is we think women are limited resources. So we think that you have to make this work with this one particular woman. And then you have no other woman in front of you because this is the last woman and this is the only opportunity. This is your last chance you look at this as, and you expect things to work out since this is something that you need in order to feel abundant. Number 2 is you look at rejections and breakups negatively. Yes, this hurts, but these are also our lessons. It bothers me that some people think that they will die alone. They give up on dating all in all, or they're just unloved because the one relationship or that 1 or 5 women that rejected them means that they're not valuable. Man, if I thought every time a teacher told me I would never amount to something, I wouldn't be as successful as I am today. I use this for my fuel. Guys, perspective is everything in getting out of victim mentality. When we experience something that didn't work out, it sucks. Yes, I get it and I know this, but it does not amount to what else is out there. You can't blend water and oil, right? So if something does not work out, you look at this as how you can do better and not hang on to this as this is your last hope for air. The next is rejection does not mean that your increase in celibacy will go up. It will actually get you more results if you're out and trying to get rejected more, to be honest. Next tip to number 3 is you hold back in social development. You made the decision a while ago that you were shy, that you have approach anxiety. Well, even though this could be true, we have to push through this and make a new decision. You've hibernated and played it safe because pushing yourself to be more interactive with people is hard. So you choose the easy route to not do this. So what happens is the one time you get that interaction with a colleague or maybe even a woman, you develop obsessive thinking and cannot pick up on social cues and signs that give you, since this is the first woman you've talked to or showed your interest in months or years. So now she's the one all of a sudden. No. And last tip is neediness. This stems from thinking that this someone is your last chance, or this is the person that holds your happiness. Also, neediness stems from not thinking you deserve this person, which is the exact opposite of the abundance mentality. You convince yourself that it's going to disappear and you'll be lonely if you don't lock this woman down now. As a result, you become clingy and needy, constantly texting and calling and poking her on Facebook maybe, which each unanswered message making you even more nervous and convinced that something is wrong, right? You take personal offense to things that don't go your way, and you have extremely high expectations on how things need to be right here and right now. Of course, this becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, as that behavior is precisely what drives women away. Now let's talk about the abundance mentality versus scarcity meaning for the both of them. The abundance mentality is a simple belief that there are plenty of women out there to date. Your perspective is about positivity, and you are a player in your own life and not the victim. While rejection and heartbreak do hurt, it certainly does not mean that it's the end of the world. Life must go on, and abundance mentality and rejection simply means that rejection is not one step closer to celibacy or forever being alone. It's one more person who wasn't right for you, but puts you closer to mastering your abundance, because you look at this as how you could have done better, or that it's no big deal. The difference here, guys, is especially with rejection, is to stop thinking there is one chance, and instead there are many. There are many women out there that can be capable, and you believing that will attract them to you. When you don't believe, it does the opposite. You'll filter what you believe, and this means that you stop stressing yourself over whether or not she's going to flake on your date, worrying that you're going to say the wrong thing, or she doesn't reply to your texts all the time. Or you already expect for this girl to be your girlfriend without her even knowing. You get hyper-focused on the story that you've made up and not the reality. And staying in the present moment is significant here. When you do this, the obsessive thoughts take center stage. So what you must do is not stress yourself out and be present in the moment with this woman. Now let's talk about the abundance mentality and 7 habits to cultivate abundance, which is so vital, guys. So number 1 is we have to retrain your brain. Shift your thinking to positivity. Negative thinking is a habit. We are not born to think negatively. We allow it to be there. Just like fear. Fear is an illusion we create. You have to become more mindful of your thoughts and patterns and shift these around, hear them, and literally shift these thoughts to something better. Number 2 is know your standards. This is key to abundance, guys, and I talk about this so much. A man with standards will be his own filter without working or chasing women. When you take pride in understanding your standards and what those are, then it shows a big amount of self-respect for yourself. Women will be drawn to this because they look at this like the Porsche metaphor that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. The ones that are luxurious and have a component to them like no one else does. Number 3 is practice gratitude. Be thankful for everything you have in life. A lot of us tend to forget about the small things. Just the fact that you have the eyes to read or the eyes to watch this video or the ears to hear this video is a big one. The fact that you have water to drink daily. So many things to be thankful for, guys. Stop comparing your faults to other people's successes as well, which is so huge. Next tip is stop doing this. Your personal journey is supposed to be different from everyone else. If you compare yourself to someone who is abundant, instead of looking at them on how you can learn, then you will be in the same place you were before. Remember, you're the driver, no one else is. Next tip is stop hiding in a bubble. Be observant of things around you and start understanding more about social cues. Ask questions and get involved with other things and people in your life, especially the ones that bring you up and the ones you can learn from. You have to build some type of social momentum. Live with purpose or find your purpose. That does not mean staying at home, playing video games, and just having online friends. This means getting out there and really interacting with people and connecting. Next tip is having emotional balance and control, which is one of the most important tips I think out of all of them. Let's say a woman stands you up on a date. Okay, well, mentally you might say, I'll wait for her another hour. If she doesn't show up, oh well, I'll move on. Someone with a scarcity mindset will get mad and possibly react by texting her with anger. Why? Because that person with the scarcity mindset anticipated the date as the highlight of his week. So he is going to desperately salvage it and continue to enable these bad behaviors on his part and hers. Also, let's say you went on a couple of dates with a woman and you're 2 weeks in. You both have talked about a relationship and it's just so amazing. Then she ghosts you. She never replies. Okay, well, now you think it's her loss and I'm just going to move on. When we get into a scarcity mindset, we react and call her out on why she should respond to you. But yet you only dated for 2 weeks and this is not enough time. This was all words and it takes longer to see someone's actions. Also, something that happens often with clients is the woman will actually write to them, right? And say she does not see a future with them. Now, his ego kicks in because he's in scarcity and replies back trying to convince her. This is in the initial stages I'm talking about, not in a relationship. Or tries to call her out and put it back on her, saying something like, yeah, right, you're going back to your ex, or yeah, I wasn't feeling you either. No, emotional control. These responses are in a place of lack and scarcity. Next is learn and understand attraction. Take pride in social and personal development. Women want a man that they can also learn from at different levels, just like you would want in a woman. So invest in making yourself better physically, mentally, and emotionally. Somebody with an abundance mentality won't invest so much importance in the date in the first place. Also, they understand their value and look at women as, let's see if she can meet me where I'm at in my life. Dates are something to definitely look forward to, but without the pressure. Remember, rejection also works in your favor. Instead of wasting your time with someone who isn't willing to invest a little of their time, you saved yourself time. At least you know right away. It's all about the shift in perspective and the way you see things. People with an abundance mentality have more dates and better love lives than those with scarcity mentality, to be honest. People in scarcity mindsets find themselves in toxic relationships, but abundance mentality people don't settle, so they find themselves in interdependent relationships. Women respond to men with an abundance mentality. After all, that belief in abundance is a critical part of confidence. And as I say over and over again, confidence is sexy. As a woman, I know this. It's something many men haven't caught on to yet. Now you have, since you have been here in this video. So let's put these tips into action right now and today. Let's realize now how amazing this world is and how impactful these mentalities will be for you to change your life, your dating life, and your love life once and for all. If you need anything, I will encourage you to comment below and share your thoughts in this video. This video is one of the most important videos that I've done for you guys because this is critical to your relationship and your love lives in general. If you feel that you need some more one-on-one work with me or another coach, I encourage you to click the description box below and book a coaching session with one of us. As always, I'll see you again in the next video, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.